A time to every purpose. Though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard. The first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean Alliance. Failing that, it should be the very last serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation. And our triumphs, remarkable though they are, were brought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies, broken on the steps of faith and before our eyes, in this very room, our dear friend Moonbrita. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetites to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies would be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front, that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ul'dah, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Lawman a note. If they do not return quickly, they'll have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Okay. So are we finally making our way to the banquet? Or just making more preparations? Off to the big soiree, Brigon. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lad. Something on your mind? By the Navigator! Wilfred's dead? Gods damn it! They must know they've been rumbled. I mean, sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where certain funds were coming from. So I had to dig around, on the quiet like, and sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers courtesy of Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business if ever I heard one. Which is what first gave me an inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again, and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are. Sure to call in one of his business the bloody bribery consortium. I don't know what more he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taken to Legi's coin. But now we know, as some of them are. I'd wager right eye they're the ones what did for Wilfred. The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Bound to attract attention he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. Gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Teleji hopes to accomplish. He hid his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissing into the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. So we need to be clever too. That's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that, you have me word. And, Brygon, mind yourself when you're in Ul'dah, eh? We're heading to a storm. I can smell it. The kind what'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under afore he knows it. Jeez. I can already feel it. I'm just gonna enjoy a banquet. And it will be a feast like no other, but, God, yeah. We have to remember what that guy said. We have been waiting for you, Brygon. The celebration is due to begin shortly. I had hoped that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that you're needed at the quicksand. Wait, really? So are they gonna, like, postpone it? Come, but not gone. We will go on ahead, Brygon. Pray join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momodi, and let her know that I will call upon her anon. It's either going to be like some sort of diversion or something. I'm actually going to go through the little aetheryte crystal just to teleport. God damn it, this thing needs to load. Thank you. Hello. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, Brygon. I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Elaine, aren't you? Former adventurer, come to think of it. I'm pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came round for a meal not long ago, and before she left, she asked me to give you a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to a feast, I was to see you got it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I'll grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I've thought those signs of the troubled heart. But something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying love. Okay. Yeah, it just had to be outside of Thanalan. I think they might be giving us a diversion for this banquet. Alright, just waiting for my train. Is there a train that ever comes here in these rails? I'm actually curious about that. As you stand on the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon, the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Elaine. Oh no, you know, I'm just waiting for my train. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Kaikurn and the buzzing of Syrphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Wait, a vial? Brygarn, is that you? What brings you out this way? Lieutenant Elaine? Why no, I haven't seen her about... Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet. The captain's orders, you understand? Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Aye, pray return to Olda, Brygarn. If I chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell you were here. Yeah, I'm starting to think I was in a little diversion.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
I reckoned you'd head straight to the feast after meeting with Elaine. What's the matter? No appetite? Clouded vial. This tiny glass container appears to have been used before. But to contain what? I think it's poison. So she wasn't there, but this was, huh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial. But beyond that, I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping, though. No, please don't give it to me. They're gonna think I'm guilty. Any road. No use worrying about Elaine. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long. And when she does, we'll soon find out what this was all in aid of. Besides, you got more important things to think about. Please don't give me that glass. The parting glass. Would you believe that, while you were away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems her grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? This... I'm sorry, this speaks danger. It's setting me up to feel guilty.
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your grace is ready, I shall summon the warrior of light. I am.
I'm sorry, did Ida just appeared out of nowhere? I'm gonna have to check back at that. Little animation error. Oh, brother. Oh, even Sir Aymric's here.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits. With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
Well, here I am. I'm ready to speak with Nanamo in private. Thank you for coming, sir. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it. Or, if you are ready, it would be my honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. Upon proceeding to Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh, they knew about this. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in your entirety. Well, I got nothing else to do. Except maybe for Hildebrand, but we'll do that after.
Enter. Your Grace, your guest has arrived. Pray, come in, and take your ease.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde.
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words, after the fact.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. "'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one."
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go. Your Grace. You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion. I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
You're leaving the throne? I wish I would have taken off my helmet for this.
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Reborn, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
Yes, my lady.
I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
God, I fucking just stood there like an idiot.
Your Grace!
He's gonna accuse me, isn't he?
Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance. I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
There's no way they're calling mutiny.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
God fucking damn it. Person accused and now mutiny. What's going on here?
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor.
Please don't.
Come, Lucia.
Please don't give him any favors. God, I already know since the start, he's the one that poisoned the drink.
Whatever is going on in there?
Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, If you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Yeah, he was just a puppet.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us, now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. And you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity. Bring in the prisoner!
I found these bag of peanuts. Ah. Ooh, I'm so close to solving this crime. I could almost taste it all. Oh no.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and as suspected accessories to the crime, all members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn falling apart?
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
I told you not to give it to me, Momodi! Oh! I told you not to give it to me!
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead. Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. Nanamo. No!
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you. It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
I'll bet you will. You more than any man.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Jesus Christ. I mean, very well deserved, but holy fucking shit!
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow Syndicate members.
I mean, he did deserve it!
You're one of them! You've been in league with the Scions all along!
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Reborn!
His fucking arm!
Seven hells!
Admiral, we must leave.
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Find it funny that they did not show any blood for that, too.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Reborn. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You fucking asshole.
You die! I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Ah, there you are.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Maybe Ishgard?
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papashan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Nanamo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
She really wants to kick someone's face here.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancreds.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
My God. What in the seven hells is going on here? Everything's falling apart. Oh.
Now look what you've done.
You cut my mask. We can actually see her eyes now. Oh.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
No, I'm afraid I don't think they can do any more longer.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papalimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. it, Ida.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Let him have it, Ida!
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
This way!
There's no way they followed us down here.
It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
Oh, not you two.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Oh no, he took an arrow to the knee. God, that's such an old meme.
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
'Tis done. Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Nymphalia.
Oh, Jesus.
Heidelin, she speaks to me. No.
God, this sort of thing would feel like that time skip sequence from One Piece. I still have yet to get to that point.
I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
Oh, you too?
Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Oh my god. I'm the only hope for the Scions now. I have to bring everything back together. Oh my god. I might still have some things I have to recollect here. The Brass Blades and the Crystal Braves are taken over Ul'dah. Nanamo is dead. Raban's left arm is cut off. Ilberd was the one that poisoned her. And now they're mutinying us and also accusing us of, like, I guess being weird. Alfino! Oh my god, am I glad to see you.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others? Damn that man! Taleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
They're all searching for us.
All aboard!
We have to move quickly. I thought that could have been the guy that introduced me to Limsa. I think it's the same guy. Ugh. Let's go! God, it feels like Project Archon all over again, where I had to rescue most of the Scions at the Garlemald Empire. But now it's Ul'dah. Whew. Yeah, kind of knew from some cutscenes that...
Stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah, and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
Yeah, I knew for most of some cutscenes before this, I knew it was a bad idea to go to the banquet.
Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
Yeah, whatever happened to your sister anyways?
Who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
So I should take note of that. Take note of that group, the Monitarists. At least Toletti is fucking murdered. I could not see another second of that stupid grin of his.
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Aldin's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Uldar that I learned of father's fate. Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush. Our fugitives have a friend waiting for them there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation, but in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
No, don't be so hard on yourself, boy. It was too much for you. Yeah. Well, like they said, I'm there for you when you need a hand. Them soldiers that keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Uldar and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. Help will be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. Alright, let's go. And here we are. Central Thanalan. It didn't seem like we went very far, did we? Oh my god. Like, I knew it was coming, and it just reminded me of that friggin' SpongeBob video. This is it! All of the clues are coming together. I did not think that... Like, oh my god. I did not think that I would be the... Like, actually, no, Like, the moment I picked up that vial, I was like, no, they're gonna accuse me of this. Like, it's a vial of poison. Okay, where the hell are we from Thanalan? Like... Okay, yeah, we did not go that far. They might still have come looking for us, if they tried. Well, I wanted to savor this moment, but I can, unequip my helmet. So now what? The most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. That fellow was but a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation, or any hint of concern for his own safety. Though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all in your presence. Father spoke often of you, Brigon, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not at all how I envisioned it. Master Alfino, You must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Brygar are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Terrapin, but Alfino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh my god, it's Sid. Oh my god, thank you. Sid! What are you doing here? Pulling you out of the fire, as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly? Then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But he must have been like an ex machina. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise but a short distance away. All I need is a destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both the Monetarists and the Crystal Braves. Korthus. Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ul'dah to the Monetarists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect it to be much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and his allies, no matter what the Monetarists claim. Marshal Terrapin, I don't know what to say. Ha! Not that father would labor to believe. But enough talk. You must go, Master Alfino. Your airship awaits. Oh boy. And that's where we must flee then, on our airship. Up, up. There's no rest for the righteous. Man. I can't stop thinking about, like, how we left, Thancred, Istula, Papalymo, and Ida, and Midfilia behind. Like, that's gotta be some, like, time skip One Piece thing, where, like, they're gonna come back and see us eventually, and their voices are gonna be different. They're probably gonna have, like, different designs, too, which I'm actually gonna be excited about. If we ever do meet him again. We should make for Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Harchfant. Mayhap he will know what to do. God. It's only just us two now. Oh my god. You can... Oh, that's why it caps. You cannot earn any more gil while on free trial. Excess gil will be discarded. Oh, you're kidding me. I have to actually purchase the game if I want to exceed more than 300 gil. Then where am I gonna save it? I can't even do retainers without purchasing the full game. I may as well have to do it sooner or later. Okay. Yeah, I may have, like, no choice eventually to purchase the whole game if I want to continue playing this. Yeah, like, maybe if I have time, hopefully I get a job sooner or later and, save up, I can actually purchase the whole game. Starting Heavensward. It's just us two now. Master Alfino told me your tale, Brygarn. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others, and I shall endeavor to deserve your trust. Alas, the situation here has grown more complicated in your absence. 'Twould be best if I explained in full. And here it is. Without further ado, Before the Dawn.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The falling snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Fortom. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Well, I guess now that, yeah, I guess now this should be my home for now. Living in Korthas until something else happens. He's over here. My new companions are waiting inside. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Upon proceeding the intercessory, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. By all means. Alfino! Brygarn! Is it really you? Ooh, my voice. My voice. I'm so happy that you weren't a sniffle sob. I tried contacting Minfilia and the others, but no one would respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Flamen told me to run, and so I did. I ran and I ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached, but I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I had observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pretty, isn't she? She is, actually. Anyway, after Yugiri found me, we traveled to Vesper Bay and met up with Urianger. When we found him, when we told him what happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. From the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently, Urianger started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, huh? Sorry, where was I? Oh yes, so we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come. But no one else did. My people are searching for the other Scions even as we speak, but we have met with no success as yet. I had hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look. But you should know, the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we have yet cause to hope, do we not? If the two of you escaped, it is not impossible that the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men and women believed true, but rest assured that the people of Doma yet stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts, and shall continue our efforts to locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honor. I swear it's going to be like a One Piece time skip kind of thing, I swear it.
'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes, and look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves, and even the Scions themselves, as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve? Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty? That I could defeat the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee?
I told you not to be so hard on yourself. You did everything you could.
Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. 'Twas all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alphino.
So, Master Alphino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alphino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard.
That's what I was thinking earlier. I think Ishgard would be our next place of refuge.
Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight. Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You are right, Tataru. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon. 'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity. Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
I think that little boy deserves a big hug. Oh, wow, yeah. That's it then. That's the end of the post-game. I actually thought it would end... I thought it would actually be more cutscenes to that, like how to prepare ourselves to go to Ishgard, and then it, like, cliffhangers over to Heavensward. Oh my god. I made it here, but at what cost? Actually, now that I think about it, it's like, I could just, like, yeah, change the speed. There's a little prelude into it, but yeah, this will be the last time you hear of the Realm Reborn cast. That's true. All the people I know, like, yeah, Cindy Robinson doing Connie Senna. Jason Lashea is Harchfont. Yep, Richard Epcar. I think he did the same voice as Gaius von Balzar, or I think it was someone else. Yep, Laura Post, voice of Catherine, Moonbrita, Gideon Emery as Nabralis. I think at this point too, like, I've gotten myself even more addicted to this game. Like, I want to start a Heavensward, like, very soon, but, like, I'm starting to think that I need to do, like, to purchase the full game, or, like, probably just do Heavensward's expansion. Because I feel that some extra things that could help me would need to be at full cost. Yeah, I shouldn't purchase the whole game yet. Like, I know this free trial only goes until Stormblood. I think the only thing that's stopping me is that I can't do retainers, and I can't exceed my gil at over 300,000 right now, and it's already been capped. So there's that, and I'm sure there's, like, some mounts and everything that I need that I would love to have. But I think that's just for online store. God, what a fucking ending. Yeah, Amanda, I was like, when that scene happened, I just thinking in my head, this is it. All of the clues are coming together. I felt so bad that I had my helmet on that whole scene when Nanamo was poisoned. I would have been like in my helmet screaming. By purchasing the whole game, you were required to pay a monthly subscription. Yeah, that's true. They probably have it like at a ridiculous price for a monthly subscription too. Yeah, what was I trying to find? Oh yeah. Archfont. Here we go. Lord Harchfant Greystone. Wanted to see his voice here. Jason Lashea, because I wanted to see his roles. Don't look it up. Yeah. I'm just trying to find the voice actor for this game, or for him. He is Bluster and Care Bears. Actually, that might be... Well, how about this for Lolorito was Cam Clark, aka Male Corrin. Oh, him! Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I definitely do see like some of the voice actors in this game for both A Realm Reborn and I'm pretty sure Onwards is gonna have a lot of Fire Emblem voice actors. Because again, audio swap. Yep, that's true. That is not who I was thinking of for a Care Bears character. He also only appears in Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. That is another thing that that I'll have to go back to. Like I know we want to do Final Fantasy 9 next as like another sole Final Fantasy playthrough. I guess like I'll wait for sequels in the future. So what's next for my fellow adventurer? I still need to do... I only did like the first few quests for Hildebrand, and that was pretty funny. That's why I asked my sister about the fates, which I definitely shouldn't have asked, but I guess fates just only appear as random. Probably even for the ones that you need an achievement for. And I don't know why that's RNG. Ugh. But that is actually going to be expected for the coming expansions in the future. I'm going to have to think more about RNG and less about just raw skill. All fates from A Realm Reborn to Stormblood are irrelevant outside of the achievement ones. Really? Well, yeah, the achievement ones, but that first Hildebrand side quest wanted me to do a fate to destroy some zombies. I remember that. Well, now I feel like I want to continue more of that since I have some... I may have some spare time a bit. I did actually go fight Odin pretty quickly, too. I don't even know if there was any other primal fights that I missed that I should actually do. There might have actually been one. Canada type. Did a Canada company work on this game? I didn't know that. Oh man. Special thanks. I never actually thought I would make it this far too. Like, how many streams have I done this game for? I did like the first 3 recording sessions and then the rest was just streams. I would have done probably like around 10 to 15. That has got to be a hell of a lot of time to do. I'll bet. But a good chunk of it is done. And now, probably for another time, I will have myself ready for the coming first expansion of this game. And when that time comes, I will be ready.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
God, poor Reborn. Nabralis is no more. The ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightfully be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. The northern lands, then. The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will they shall reap salvation unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak and make thine intent known. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. Ooh, that kind of gave me chills, Oriange. What the hell are you doing here? I think we may need some questions.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion, despair, death. Thou shalt find naught else here.
Okay, Grandpa. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heavensward.